Hello and welcome to the 2021 Formula 1 season, and qualifying has left us really not sure what the competitive order is. Valtteri Bottas takes pole position. Fernando Alonso on his return to Formula 1 straight to the front row. He's obviously refreshed. Fernando might be able to do great things this season. Carlos Sainz third in the Ferrari. Ferrari are clearly back in competitive shape this season. Sergioperez on his debut for Red Bull fourth ahead of Max Verstappen. Lewis Hamilton fifth in the second Mercedes. Charles Leclerc sixth in the second Ferrari, and Max Verstappen seventh in the second Red Bull. Then we have the two McLarens of Daniel Ricciardo and Lando Norris, and the second Alpine of Esteban Ocon in 10th. George Russell, a massive improvement from Williams, and George Russell is 11th on the grid. Then it's Yuki Tsunoda ahead of Pierre Gasly, the two AlphaTauris 12th and 13th. Kimi Räikkönen 14th in the Alfa Romeo. Nicholas Latifi starting 15th. So Williams, overall, their performance is much improved from the last couple of seasons. Mazepin 16th, not a bad performance on debut. Giovinazzi 17th in the Alfa Romeo. Mick Schumacher on his debut 18th in the Haas. And very, very disappointing for Aston Martin. Sebastian Vettel must feel he cannot catch a break. It's clearly the slowest car in the field at the moment. Vettel 19th and Stroll 20th and last. So Bottas hoping that he'll be able to capitalise in his pole position to win the race. What is Fernando Alonso going to do? That's a very unpredictable question, because we don't know how much pace Alpine really have. We don't know how much pace a lot of them have. And Bottas is away well. Sainz pulls alongside Fernando Alonso, and he's got his nose ahead. But Alonso has a look down the inside and holds the position into turn one. So Bottas leads. Alonso is away in second place. And then it's Carlos Sainz in third. So the top three on the grid, still the top three in the race. Perez there. Leclerc has got ahead of Hamilton. So decent start, and Ferrari really are in the mix this season, clearly. Bottas continuing to lead. Alonso holding off Sainz. It looks like that Mercedes has got a bit of pace, and Alonso is starting to struggle. Sainz having a look in that Ferrari, trying to have a look, and wow, they almost collide. Well, what a shame it would be for Spain if their old hero and their new hero collide together. Well, Fernando is determined to take the Spanish hero crown back, clearly, but it looks like he's got a tall order. Maybe with his teammate down in 10th. Alpine aren't that quick, and Alonso just did an out-of-this-world performance. We'll soon find out. All the cars are on slicks. The track looks fairly dry to me, but I wonder if anyone will be taking a gamble and pitting. They shouldn't, because it's not a long enough race to make it count, but that seems to be what they're doing at the moment. Bottas is still out there, leading the race, leading away, leading comfortably. Whilst Fernando Alonso has Carlos Sainz pulling out from move, and I think Max Verstappen further back is having a look at Lewis Hamilton. Will Alonso defend? Will Sainz make his way through over the curb, but not able to get on the move with Alonso there? And of course, this is interesting, I did say all the cars were on slicks. I meant intermediates, but not all the cars are on slicks. Actually, Perez is on softs, and he is having a look at Sainz, but Alonso actually appears to have a bit of breathing space as Sainz now coming down for the move, and Alonso, well, we said Sainz had a focus on Perez, but somewhere Carlos got a lot more grip than Fernando. Maybe the track is just intermediate enough in that part of the circuit, and Sainz has got a hell of a lot of grip in that Ferrari, and he's still attacking Fernando Alonso. There's not actually been that much change from the grid position, so Sainz is really going at it to change it. Perez is still attacking. The track will only get drier, and Checo is going to get more and more competitive, I think, as this race goes on, or at least we think so. Alonso at the moment has a little bit of a gap. We're not really watching much of Bottas because he's quite clear in the lead. I don't think Fernando is going to be able to make much of an impact on him. We're getting to the last half of the lap here, and Leclerc still ahead of Hamilton. There's Tsunoda in 8th. Lance Stroll has come all the way up from 20th and last on the grid to be in 9th place. How on earth did he pull that off? Must have been a very good tyre choice. I think Bottas still leading the Grand Prix, and well, we know Lance Stroll is good in the wet in particular, and it's slightly damp conditions here. You can't really see it, but the track is certainly damp, and Bottas is there into the final corner now. He will come through. We want to see what's going on behind. Is Alonso holding on? Yes, it looks like he is, and here comes Valtteri Bottas. He is going to take that position. Valtteri Bottas wins the race. Fernando Alonso second. Carlos Sainz finishes in third. What a great performance from Fernando Alonso on his return to Formula 1, and Carlos Sainz on his debut. And but we cannot forget that Valtteri Bottas stayed ahead of it all to win this Grand Prix and keep things at least a little bit predictable for Mercedes, but things do look very, very close for this season. We could have a multi-way battle on our hands. So let's have a look at the race results then. Valtteri Bottas wins the race for Mercedes. Fernando Alonso starts second, finishes second. What a return to Formula 1, and that is his best result since 2014. Carlos Sainz third, Sergioperez fourth. So I think Leclerc had passed him at one point, so he repassed Charles Leclerc and kept him in position, kept him back in fifth. Charles Leclerc finishes fifth for Ferrari. So pretty strong considering how poor last season was for Ferrari overall. Third and fifth in the open race, much bigger improvement. Ferrari will take that and try to develop from there. Lewis Hamilton had a disappointing weekend in the Mercedes, down in sixth. Did manage to hold off Max Verstappen, who likewise had a disappointing weekend. Lewis and Max would certainly expect to have been, at least a couple of positions higher each. But there's so few solid, concrete conclusions that you can actually draw from this race, because you look at it, everybody was sort of all over the place in terms of positions. Yuki Tsunoda, he did a good performance, came from 12th on the grid to finish 8th. And we must not forget that this was his Grand Prix debut, so fantastic way to hit the ground running for Yuki Tsunoda. Lance Stroll, as we pointed out in the race, he impressed massively, moving up from 20th and last on the grid to 9th. Even though the Aston Martin wasn't the quickest car, Lance was really able to impress. It's a shame his teammate wasn't able to tap into his Monza 2008 wet condition ability as well, because that could have been even better for Aston Martin, but it wasn't quite. Daniel Ricciardo takes the final point for McLaren in 10th, so McLaren fell back a bit in this race. The Drivers' Championship then is, as it says on the tin, Bottas leading Alonso and Sainz, and then the Constructors' Championship, Mercedes 33, Ferrari 25, Alpine and Red Bull 18. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.